As the founder and chief executive officer of Meyer Distributing in Jasper, Indiana, our next speaker has employed hundreds of Americans across this country. He's been a state representative and a school board member. He holds an MBA from Harvard Business School and currently serves on the United States Senate Aging Committee, Agriculture Committee, Budget Committee, Environment and Public Works Committee, and Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee. Please welcome Senator Mike Braun of Indiana.
As the lead Senate sponsor on the resolution that I'm going to present here in a little bit, when I found out that I was going to be able to do this several weeks ago, it was a distinct pleasure. You know, my wife and I, when you heard what we did, we grew up a couple hours south of here, DuBois County, Indiana, Jasper, Indiana. Highest concentration of vets per capita in our state. But the main reason it was of special interest to me was I had a dad who told me stories late in his life about what it really meant to serve your country. He wanted to be a pilot someday. So he enlisted in the Army Air Corps. Everybody that did that wanted to be a pilot. Ended up being a tail gunner in a B-17, which was the most fatal job in World War II. When he told me the story that before there were fighter escorts, within 6 months, 80% of anybody in a B-17 was dead. And until fighter escorts came along, which he was lucky enough to be in that position, that's when he served 32 missions, straddling D-Day, taking a B-17 at his captain's orders to prepare to bail out after descending 12,000 feet to try to put a fire out in 2 engines. That's a story that is seared into your memory, and one that I hope, among many others, due to organizations like yours, that we never let future generations forget. Had the pleasure of spending a week with Governor Rick Scott, now Senator Rick Scott, in Israel. Got back just last Friday. And if you really want to see what liberty and freedom is about and how it's lived in a way much unlike we live ours because of that constant threat that's on borders of freedom every day, you just need to have stories like this seared into your memory. We were outside the Gaza Strip at a kibbutz, one of the small villages that are around harm's way. And when the lady that was giving us a tour said, "That's my home," everything looked normal. Kids were playing out there. Until she told me her bedroom is a bunker. That in their village of 850 people, there's a bomb shelter every 100 yards. Standing up on the Golan Heights, peering across the fence, and knowing that you can't spend more than a brief look because you see the flags of your enemies flying. Could be a sniper over there. You're up on the Lebanese border, and you see where Hezbollah has spent so much time and effort to tunnel across in high-tech ways to be undetected. To me, that is a vivid example of what still is out there. And I know that the mantra for your 100th anniversary, legacy and vision. Legacy is what I always talk about in terms of people that have served. Vision is what we need to have as a senator, and being in D.C., when we've got a system that struggles to enable the most important thing that we should do as senators in our country, and that's defend our freedom and our liberties. We should not be struggling to do that, and I'm hoping that that doesn't falter down the road. I moved back to my hometown because I had the benefit of freedom and liberty. Organizations like yours, along with the VFW and others, need to make sure that the legacy is not forgotten. Because in this day and age, where sacrifice is in the distance, future generations need to understand the true measure of what it takes to be an American. Thank you so much for everything you do, and it was an honor and a pleasure to be here. Thank you. This is Senate Resolution 263. I was proud to be the lead author on it, along with Senator Todd Young, several other senators, so that we commemorate this anniversary and make sure that legacy has a strong vision into the future. It's my honor to present this to you.
Thank you, Senator. You stick here with me. I'll read a few pieces of this. Let me just give you an idea of what's in this. In the Senate of the United States, a resolution. The rest of it I need my glasses for. Therefore, be it resolved that the Senate recognizes that the American Legion has been a cornerstone of life in the United States from the local to the federal level for 100 years and serves as a constant reminder of the inestimable contributions the members of the armed forces have made to enrich life in the United States during and after their service, honors the vital role of the American Legion has played in the United States throughout 100 years of service, remembers the deep and lasting mark Legionnaires have made throughout 100 years of history of the United States, and lastly, celebrates the continued position of the American Legion as an inextinguishable beacon of community, responsibility, honor, and service. Thank you, Senator.